Welcome back to the Back 40 Firewood channel, everyone. So I know for a long time, a lot of you out there have been wondering when I'm ever going to start doing firewood deliveries. Because I have all this wood and you think there's no way that I'm ever going to be able to sell all this wood just through my roadside stand. And well, that may be the case, but I do move a lot of wood through the roadside stand. And the one thing with firewood is it's not like it's got a shelf life where it expires after 1 year. In fact, the longer sometimes you leave it, the better it is. However, today that all changes because there's a new truck in the arsenal for both delivering firewood to me and for delivering firewood to the customer from me. So in a little bit here, that wood right behind me, that stuff right back there, that's my most seasoned wood. And we are gonna load some up and it's gonna head out for a delivery. All right, so there's the opened up space from hauling out those two face cords to be delivered. And now I just got to keep working on getting the rest of this stack up here cleaned up. This was some of the first stuff that I stacked up here last year. And so what I'm planning on doing is cleaning this stuff out, clearing up space, and then up here is going to be either the potential new location for that shelter or possibly a different shelter that I can store the splitter in and keep it under this summer while I'm splitting. Last year I had the splitter right about here, and it worked out pretty good to just leave it under the little shade canopy so it was out of the rain. I could bring wood to it and split, and that's kind of what I want to be doing now. I'm focusing on getting the splitter in like one central location, bring the logs to the splitter, buck them up right there, and split them. So like I said, that's kind of the plan. But like I said, first I got to get all this wood either moved out to a temporary new location or just sell it. And then I also have a couple trees that are dead back there that I want to clean out and get those down so they don't become an issue later on. Now look at that. Got a little pile of limb wood for Mom. Maybe I should be doing an inventory video. So anyhow, with my tree service guy, Rick, with him getting this new truck now, it's going to make things a whole lot easier because he'll be able to drive back here and back in over here, dump the logs off, or dump them off pretty much wherever we find the spot that's going to work best. But there'll be no more dumping loads of wood up on the driveway. And then I won't have to be driving back and forth with the tractor, moving the logs back here and just staging them in different areas just to get them off the driveway. So I think it's going to work out very well now that he can just drive back here and dump off the wood. So it's pretty windy out there again today, so I figured I would just come in here and talk a little bit and just kind of discuss some of the other plans that I want to do back here in the wood yard. And with my tree service guy, Rick, with him adding that truck now to his lineup of equipment, like I just said, that's going to make things a lot easier for me and actually for him just to dump wood off, because, you know, before up on the driveway, we kind of run out of room and he'd always have to come up the street at a certain way so he could back in. And then, you know, it worked out all right, but it wasn't great. I mean, I would prefer, obviously, not trying to sound, you know, make everything easier for me, but, you know, I need the wood back here in the wood yard. So now that he can actually drive back here, dump, which I'm thinking will be good sized loads of logs and everything else from his tree service removals, dump them off right back here in the wood yard. And then, like I said, my plan is to, I don't know if I want to be using this shelter during the summer to split inside, just because I think it's going to get pretty warm in here when the sun's beating down on this. So I'm thinking of moving this to the back corner and then possibly getting another type of shelter. And that's going to be coming up on a future video. I'm actually going to be asking you guys once again for some input and some feedback and some help on deciding which direction I should go with the shelter. I also want to level off some of the ground back here. That's why I have that blade for the back of the tractor that I brought up from the farm. I also want to fill in a little spot over there in the little ditch and make another storage area. So yeah, there's just a lot of things now that spring's kind of here. I want to get working on. The problem is that, you know, I never projected, like a year ago, I didn't project really and think about, you know, possible expansion. Like, you know, last year when I was stacking that wood up that we loaded up, you know, I was thinking, oh, that's going to be the perfect spot to store things because that'll be up there out of the way. I'll have plenty of room over here to do things. And now, you know, I need that space freed up so I can expand. But it's hard to expand when most of your space is taken up by either equipment or stacks of wood or piles of logs or rounds that need to be split. There's just a long list of things that need to be done back here in the wood yard. Oh, so one other reminder, if you haven't gone over to back40firewood.com and RSVP to the Midwest Firewood Frenzy, make sure you go over there, check that out, and do that if you plan on coming here to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, June 26th for a little expo up at Wolf Ridge Manufacturing. And speaking of Wolf Ridge Manufacturing, if you want a chance to win a chainsaw, head on over to Wolf Ridge, their website or their YouTube channel. I'll put a link down in the description. But head on over to their channel and subscribe, and then head on over to the website and register, because they are giving away not one, not two, but 3 chainsaws coming up here at the end of the month. So it's pretty cool. Pretty awesome of Chris to be doing that. Like I said, he's giving away 3 chainsaws. The winner, the first, you know, person selected will have their choice of the 3 different saws. And then from there, the other 2 will be, you know, there'll be winners selected for those as well. So head on over there to Wolf Ridge Manufacturing's website and YouTube channel, subscribe, and register to win one of those saws, because that would be pretty cool. It'd be a good way to kick off your firewood frenzy by winning a chainsaw, and then come on up to the Midwest Firewood Frenzy here on June 26th. So with that, I think that'll do it. Like I said, just great. It was great news when I heard from my tree service guy, Rick, that he, I guess I can just quit calling him my tree service guy. I can just say when I heard from Rick, the tree service guy, when I heard that he said he was getting rid of his dump trailer, and then he said he's getting a dump truck. And so I was like, oh, all right, sounds pretty cool. And then he told me, you know, I think I'll be able to drive right back to your wood yard. And so tonight when he came, you know, we actually had to trim some branches off some trees so he could drive in here, because it was bigger than I thought. It was a big truck, but I think that's going to make things a lot easier for him, and obviously it'll make it easier for me getting deliveries and getting wood dropped off right back here in the wood yard. So now I got to get things planned out of how I want to be, doing that, where I want to have my dump zone, where I want to have my processing zone, all kinds of things spinning around up here in this head, and that's kind of a dangerous thing. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.